Hello friends, after the oscillations and kinetic theory of gases and radiation, today we start a new chapter from section 2. And the chapter is very easy, and the chapter is related to one branch of physics, that is optics. First we see what is the meaning of the optics. Optics is a branch of physics where we study the terms related to the light. Means in a branch of physics optics, we study what is the nature of light, what are the different phenomenons related to the light, and the number of instruments which are based on the light, which study the properties of light. That branch of physics is called as the optics. There are the two types of the optics because the light has a different natures. One is the nature of light is a ray nature, that is a ray optics, and second one is a wave optics. There are number of phenomena related to the light. Like the reflection is a one phenomenon, the refraction is a one phenomenon, polarization, interference, diffraction. These are the number of phenomena which are related to the light. That number of phenomena are related to the light are studied in a branch of physics called as the optics. There are number of instruments. Spectrometer is an instrument. Then a number of devices are there. Small devices are there. Lens is a one device. Prism is a device. Thin prism is a device. Then the mirror is a device. And all these small devices which can study the nature of light are included in a branch of physics called as the optics. In the 12th standard, we study the wave optics, which is very easy. In a wave optics, chapter name is a wave optics. This is a very important chapter as concern the board view and the CET view and also the NEET and JEE. Means for all the 12 aspirant students, the optics is a major chapter. So firstly, what are the points included in the optics? First is nature of light. That the nature of light. Obviously, we study the wave nature, wave optics. So the nature of light is a wave nature. Who introduced the nature of light is a wave nature. If particular scientist introduce the nature of light is a wave, then what are its assumption regarding to this nature that we study in a chapter wave optics. Then secondly, there are the two simple terms. One is a wavefront and wave normal. What is the meaning of wavefront? What are the types of wavefront? Then what is the meaning of wave normal? That will be studied in this chapter, wave optics. Then the concept of reflection and refraction, both concepts are there. Polarization is also one more concept in a chapter wave optics, but in this year we study only one concept, that is a reflection. Then next one is the interference of the light, that is a mixing or superposition of two or more than two light waves, that is a interference. And next one, that is the diffraction. Okay, these are totally 6 terms. Wavefront and wave normal are separately. Then these are only 6 terms that are studied in a chapter wave optics. Only 6 terms, and we require only 3 lectures. Okay, today we discuss up to the 3 concepts or 2 concepts, then 2 and then 1. Now first see what is the wave optics. What is the wave optics? Listen very carefully, because when you see this video lecture very carefully, it is not more than 30 minutes. Okay, just 23 or 24 minutes lecture is there. And when you see this video lecture carefully, then there is a one short 10 MCQs test, and if you are able to solve that test, then you are attended for the today's lecture. Okay, wave optics, branch of physics where we study the nature of light, properties of light, different phenomena related to the light, different instruments which study the different characteristics or properties of the light, that branch of physics is called as the optics. There are two types of the optics. There are the two, again the optics is divided into two. One is the ray optics and second one is the wave optics. The wave, scientist name Huygens. Huygens introduced the nature of light is a wave nature. Okay, what is the meaning of a wave? Or what happens when a wave travels from one point to another point? Then that term is very simple, wave, because we already studied the sound wave. Wave means there is only transfer of energy. Means one thing is clear that when you study the wave optics, means we study the wave, we can study the wave, means we can study the energy. Because light is a one form of energy. And if I say the wave optics, optics means just we think about the light, means here wave light, or in this way, then wave means what? There is a transfer of energy, only there is a study of energy. Okay. Now I will introduce the concept of the wave theory of light. Now as per the Huygens theory, the nature of light is a wave nature. I will introduce the nature of light is the wave nature. And when the scientist Huygens introduced the nature of light is a wave, with that wave theory, he explained some assumptions, some postulates. Okay, what are that assumptions? What are that postulates? Just kind of revise within 1 or 2 minutes. The nature of light is a wave nature. We can observe different colors. We observe different colors because of different wavelength of the light. Because as we change the wavelength of the light, then the color is also changes. So remember that up to 11th standard, we heard one word, that is a monochromatic. Mono means single and chromo means color, related to the colors. Okay, monochromatic means single color, but in wave optics we say that the monochromatic light means a single wavelength light. And remember that the wavelength of black color is 0, that is a ZeRO 0. Okay, the wavelength of black color is the 0. Okay, the nature of light is the wave nature. Different colors are observed because of the different wavelengths of the light. To travel the light from one point to another point, there is a one medium is necessary. And as per the Huygens theory, one hypothetical medium is necessary, which is above the sky. That is called as a luminiferous medium is there. And the name of the medium was ether. Ether is a medium which is present everywhere, and light travels from that medium. And one more thing, that speed of light. C is a symbol for the speed of light. The speed of light in rarer medium is always greater than speed of light in the denser medium. This is all about the Huygens wave theory. Okay, and this speed of light depends on what factors. The speed of light in the denser medium, in rarer medium is more than the speed of light in denser medium, and this speed depends on, or the speed is given by one formula, speed equals to distance upon time. Definitely we are using this formula, but after some time. And one more formula, speed equals to frequency into wavelength. That is C equals to n into lambda. Then frequency is n and wavelength is lambda. Therefore, remember that the speed is given by n lambda, means the speed of light in a particular medium depends on what? Depends on the frequency. Okay, depends on the wavelength. This is totally wrong. The speed of a light in a particular medium depends on what? Depends on the refractive index of the medium. Okay, refractive index. Nu is the symbol of the refractive index, and this refractive index depends on what? This refractive index depends on the density of the medium. Okay, if the refractive index is more, then the medium is more and more denser. For example, the refractive index of diamond is a large, means its value is nearly 2.4. and the refractive index of water is a 1.33, refractive index of kerosene is a 1.13, refractive index of glass is a 1.5. Means kerosene having a lighter density, then density increases to water, then density increases to glass, then density increases to diamond. So as density increases, the refractive index is also increases. Therefore remember that the speed of light is depends on the refractive index. Okay, speed of light is depends on the refractive index, and refractive index depends on the permeability or permittivity, or just we say that it is a depends on the density. Okay, now we see that what is the, if I say the nature of light is a wave nature, then again what I introduce, there are the different types of the wave. One is the longitudinal wave, and second one is the transverse wave. Remember, we are studying the Huygens theory. Okay, as per the Huygens theory, the nature of light, Huygens suggested that the nature of light is only a wave nature. I will not introduce the nature of light is a longitudinal wave nature or the transverse wave nature. This was not explained by scientist Huygens, but remember that longitudinal wave nature is not a nature of light. Okay, transverse wave nature is a nature of light, and this transverse wave nature is a nature of light, and this was introduced by concept of polarization. Okay, therefore there is a one famous question for objective which is already mentioned in our textbook, and the question is very simple. The question is very simple, but now it is simple, but when you solve independently then it feels difficult. Which of the following phenomenon proves that the nature of light is a transverse nature? The clear concept is that the nature of light is a transverse nature, but which phenomenon explain the nature of light is a transverse? The first option is a interference. No, interference means combination of the waves. Sound waves also combines, sound waves are also overlaps, light waves are also overlaps. Okay, therefore interference not the correct answer. Reflection, no. Refraction, no. Diffraction, no. Then the correct answer is the polarization. But unfortunately this part is omitted from this year's syllabus. So remember the answer. Nature of light is a transverse nature, and the nature of light is a transverse nature. This was first introduced by concept of polarization. Remember this one very carefully. Now the second thing of this chapter, the Huygens theory or Huygens principle. What is the Huygens principle that we have to see this? Huygens principle is very simple. A particular source is there, and that source emits the light. Again, to study the Huygens principle, just we say that there are the two types of sources. One is primary source, and second one is a secondary source. What are the primary sources? That are the original sources. Sun is a primary source. Stars is a primary source. Our tube light is a primary source. Okay. Then electric bulb is a primary source. Then glow candle is a primary source. Okay. That sources itself emits the light, which provides the light, which gives the light, which emits the light, which releases the light. That sources are called as the primary source. Now the secondary source. Now what are the secondary sources? Moon is a secondary source. How moon is secondary source? Because the sun emits the light, and that light falls on the surface of moon, and because of that, from the surface of moon reflects the light. Therefore moon is a secondary source of light. Suppose a light is coming from sun from a large distance, and you have to take a one plane mirror in front of that sun. Then that plane mirror reflects the light. Here that mirror is a secondary source of the light, or that is a secondary source of the light. Different planets are the secondary source of the light, and we can observe the light. Okay, because of that we can observe the because of light we can observe the things. All that sources are what? All that sources are the secondary sources. Okay, just this is for understanding. This is not a CET or JEE or BEET type of question. Just see what is meaning by the primary source or secondary source. Sometimes it is called as a parent source, and it is secondary means it is the daughter sources. Now see the second, Huygens principle. What is the Huygens principle? This is a very simple. Huygens principle. Huygens principle is very simple principle, and we have to remember this Huygens principle. Every point on a wavefront acts as a secondary source of light. Okay, every point on a wavefront acts as a secondary source of light, and it emits the secondary waves in all the possible directions. For example, this is the one source of light, sun, and this source of sun emits the light waves. Okay, sun emits the light waves, and here the medium is air, or just we have to say that we are taking a one electric bulb. This is the one electric bulb, and this electric bulb is placed in one large water container. Now this bulb emits the light. The light is emitted from bulb in all possible directions, and bulb is situated exactly at the center. Then light is emitted in all possible directions. When time t equals to 0, no light is emitted, means the light is present inside the bulb. After a 5 seconds, the light covers up this distance. Again at 5 seconds, the light reaches up to this point. Again at 5 seconds, the light reaches up to this point. Again at 5 seconds, the light reaches at this point. Again at 5 seconds, light reaches at the point. Means after each 5 seconds, the light covers the same distance in all possible directions. Now the question arises, how the light travels the same distance? Remember that speed of light in water is a constant, because speed is depend on the refractive index. Okay, the refractive index of a given medium is always a constant. Here there is no change in medium. Medium is a water, means refractive index is remains same. So mu, that is the refractive index, is same. So which quantity remains same? Speed remains same, and the speed is given the formula speed equals to distance divided by time, and distance equals to how much? Equals to speed into time. After every 5 seconds, after the 5 seconds, all the light rays, all the light waves cover the same distance. Why they cover the same distance? Because time is same and the speed is same. So the distance covered by all the light wave is same. Means here all the light waves covers the same distance. Then this source is my primary source. And all these new sources, these are called as the A, B, C, D, E. These are called as my secondary sources. Are you getting the concept? As per Huygens principle, every point behaves as a secondary source of light, and this emits the secondary waves. Again it emits the secondary waves. Means from this, again the light is emitted. Means sun emits the light. That light is fall on the moon. Now the sun is a primary source, moon is a secondary source. Again moon emits the light. So that secondary source emits the light. Okay. So every point on a wavefront behave as a secondary source of light, sending out secondary waves. And the envelope, envelope of all the new wavefront, new waves gives a new type of wavefront. Okay. Up to this part, today we take the 10 MCQs. Read this part very carefully from textbook. Okay. Enjoy. This is a very easy. Don't take attention. Now we stop here. Bye.